Play have the round under control. Zona and Mystique still trying to figure out where to go and what to do at the moment in a 2v5 situation. It is very hard to figure out if you expose yourself at the moment or not, and they decide to just run away and save the weapons in apartments and back in the terrorist spawn area. Play is not that eager to go for the frags. They just stay in their positions and are waiting for the round to end. Mystique and Zona will be able to save the weapons, and just now Play decides to run and look for the weapons, but it's way too late, so it was more or less just an alibi push to make everybody think, oh, in the end they did go for the weapons, but they actually weren't that motivated to take out the remaining 2 terrorists. So Heroin allowed the Germans to come back and draw the game at 5. Now they are forced buying and only 3 smokes in the terrorist squad. And only 3 flashes. So they have to have something special figured out for that situation. They can't waste too many nades, otherwise they end up not being able to flash their way into the bomb sites. So they are taking their time, and probably they are looking for the frags without using any of those nades. So Zona will be the first to go for the contact in boiler room. And he's waiting for Crispy to show himself. Crispy jumps up, but Whoopi gets a frag. Nice setup by the CTs to actually bait the terrorists in doing his or making his move. And then they had him in this crossfire, covering each other nicely, and Play get the first frag. And the terrorists still working in middle. Now they get the opening frag onto A long, but there's still KZ in the corner. And round the corner he goes, gets himself the frag onto Andraka, and Mystique falls down as well, even though KZ was flashed to death. In the meantime, he recovered and got back on track, got himself the second frag of the round, and now it's Fast and Oil trying to make it work at the B bomb site. There is still Kirby around the corner though. A flaming Mo goes down to the floor, and Kirby finishes off the deal with his AK. Oil falls in front of him, makes it 6-5, and Play back in the game. They refuse to give up as they did on Mirage, and let's see what Heroin have to say about that. After they have lost 5 rounds in a row, the loser bonus is pretty big, so they decide to go with an all AK setup. Only 1 smoke and 1 flash in the hands of Mystique and Andraka, and judging by the round before, it wasn't as successful to play without smokes and flashes. So I highly doubt the terrorists will come out on top of that round if Play doesn't do anything especially bad. I can't see Heroin take this round. Let's see what they plan to do. They have 1 in apartments and 1 is working around short A. Now Fast with the second onto Crispy, while Kirby was taking out Andraka. Fast with another one to follow it up onto Whoopi, and it's a 4v3 situation. Now Zona just runs at KZ, takes him out with a nice headshot. Kirby now trying to get the rotation going, but Junai is still caught in the B bomb site and he's not making a move yet. So Kirby needs to do it on his own, but Zona with nice timing came out when Kirby was turning his back towards the opponent. And the headshot obviously took him out. Junai all alone at the B bomb site, and he's... well, he looks like he's partly AFK. His ping is alright though. And we didn't have any DDoS attacks or anything yet, so I think it must have been some real life related stuff. And he throws the flaming Mo at himself. He's lucky to get away with his life. Oh, just managed to stay alive with 7 HP. Almost burned himself to death and got himself the frag in the meantime as well. Lucky play by Junai, and Heroin draw the game at 6 once again. It's a 5v5 weapon round now. The terrorists with a weird buy and Raker without weapon. But at least a few nades in the hands of his teammates. But the CT switched their positioning. KZ in apartments now trying to ambush them. He gets a frag onto Oil. Geht zum Schuh, schau einen Film mit ihm. So, oh, Crispy with a nice play onto Mystique in apartments. I was partly AFK as well for a second. My girlfriend talking to me. Obviously, I can't keep talking English while I'm listening to German. But Crispy with nice patient play in apartments, but he couldn't get himself the second frag over there. Still, he showed that he's capable of holding his finger when it matters. Fast and Kirby now on B exchanging frags. It's a 2v3. Zona and Andraker headed towards Kirby's position. 3 CTs and Kirby, nice spray down onto Andraker, but goes down to 5 HP. Now needs to retreat and needs to stay alive at the same time. But Zona runs out of time and Kirby goes down in the end. Zona is not able to plant the bomb, obviously. And PlayingDucks trade rounds with Heroin now end up on top again, 7-6. But they need to get more going on the CT side. If they manage to get the last two, it would be a nice half for them. But if they give away 2 in a row now, it would be not devastating, but not as good as you like to be on the CT side. And Draker with the first frag, and Whoopi went down to 9 HP now. Oh, Fast on the middle with a P250. Working great magic. Gets himself a frag and puts down KZ to 48 HP as well. But Kirby on the other side of the map, he gets 2 frags on B. Great timing by him, and he smokes himself as well. So the terrorists are slowed down even further. And he's in the back of the bomb site, wasting more time for the terrorists. Great play by Kirby. And he dances around the pillar to collect his 4th frag of the round. Heroin not able to overcome Kirby's B play. Even though they had a great effort in the force buy, Fast was almost able to get his 2k round with the P250 in middle, but KZ refused to go down in the end. And if Fast had gotten the frag onto KZ in middle, the A bomb site would have been open, so the terrorists wouldn't have gone down to Kirby spray at B, and the round would have looked differently, to say the least. But like that, Heroin end up with another force buy. They got the first one onto Casey, but Whoopi finally collects an AWP shot onto Mystique and makes it a 4v4 again. But the M4A1 in Fast's hands is put to good use onto Crispy with a headshot. Whoopi suddenly showing up on the server, getting 3 with the scope. Zona and All now against 3 CTs. Zona decides to not plant the bomb, but actually kill Junai. But Whoopi proceeds in doing what he does in this round. Well, not too much every time he has the AWP, but he decides to show up from time to time and then works his magic. Racking up 4 frags so far, and he's on the ace. Oil still lurking around the A bomb site, trying to pick up the bomb and plant it, while Whoopi now is forced to check out the B bomb site. All burned so much time that the CTs were thinking he might have rotated towards the B bomb site, but now he planted on A, and the CTs obviously got a grip of that, and All just turns around to get a frag onto Whoopi and on Kirby as well, who was in apartments. Great play by All, like a little tornado in the A bomb site. He swept the floor with the 2 remaining Germans and made it 8-7 in the end. The terrorists with a great scoreline, if you ask me, but, well, not that great. It's more or less standard, but still 8-7. So they have a great chance of taking the second map as well and play not out of the thicker things. on their home map. And Kirby, you see himself, 17 frags, 13 for Whoopi, and 11 and 10 for Fast and Mystique. Kirby with that amazing 4K round in B really saved the day for Nplay, aka PlayingDucks. If he didn't have that 4K round, Heroin would be in the lead right now, and this certainly wouldn't suit the Germans. Like that, PlayingDucks on the terrorist side, 8-7 the scoreline. Second half in the playoff stage of the SLTV Amateur Series. You are listening and watching Boo from Germany. I'm 25 years old, and this is Nplay taking on Heroin in the second map of the best of 3. Heroin took the first one 19-16 in the overtime on Mirage. And if Nplay, aka PlayingDucks, win this map, we will head on towards Dust 2 as the third and deciding map. But let's see what the two teams are doing in the pistol round first. Zona gets the first onto Kirby. And the terrorist with a very slow setup. The CT's very deep in the bomb site. They have a zoner checking out the apartments at A, and an A fake goes to work by the terrorists. Whoopi is the one to sell it to the CTs, and they kind of bought it, but then still didn't. Now Whoopi gets himself the frag onto Zona, and this really sells the fake to the CTs, but actually Nplay tries to capitalize on that frag, and it's all of us. The terrorists push in towards A short. Whoopi gets an additional frag, and he just is on fire right now. He got himself 4 frags in the last round of the first half, and now gets himself 2 in the pistol round. And it's a 4v2 situation. The bomb is planted. Fast and Andrejka trying to retake it, but they are already sealed off the bomb site. Fast is the only one to get a frag. Now it's a 1v3. And the terrorists are all around him. The bomb is ticking too fast already. He's not got a defuse kit. And Casey takes him out in the end with a headshot. Casey with a 3k. Whoopi with the all-important frags though, to open up the A bomb site and then, or to sell the fake, the A fake that actually got an A attack. And then he got the opening frag on the A bomb site as well. So Whoopi, the pistol and AWP player by Nplay, finally showing his worth to the viewers, to you. And I hope you enjoy the stream. Make sure to follow to not miss any of the future action of CSGO. I will stream basically every match I get my hands on. You can watch the round of 16 and the round of 8 in the past or in the recent broadcasts on the channel. So you can take a look over there and maybe see a few games of the group stages. And of course I have to thank SLTV for hosting the league. It's a great league to have for the community, to have the new teams work their way up until they end up in the Star Series eventually, and maybe even break through to the pro scene. So that's obviously something that every sport needs, and I'm very grateful to have something like SLTV and ESEA and stuff in the CSGO scene. But let's take it away with that save round. It is a 3v2, so the CTs already took out 2 terrorists, made it amazingly expensive for them. Almost, Whoopi almost goes down as well to 6 HP. And if Andrejka gets himself the frag onto Whoopi, it is as amazingly expensive as I said. Actually, it is not that amazingly expensive if you only lose 2 players on the terrorist side. It's still alright, but Andrejka captured himself a Galil. And he's trying to carry that over to the next round. He's now headed towards the terrorist spawn, but Casey should have heard him get in there, so he's sneaking after him. Let's see what Andrejka is doing. Oh, he's jumping around. Not the best thing to do if you're trying to save a weapon. Bomb blows up, and now Casey comes around the corner and takes out the weapon of Andrejka. Unlucky for the CTs